YouTube, welcome to the Twisted Hazel. My name is Corey and I'm here to talk to you about my flannel collection today. It's the first day of spring in Melbourne, so we're sort of on the way out of flannel season for us, but for all of you in the Northern Hemisphere, you're now heading into the cooler season, so you might enjoy this more than my local viewers. I have quite a few flannels in my collection. I've collected them over the years. Some I bought secondhand, some I bought brand new. Some were very cheap, some were quite expensive, and I thought I'd give you a run through on some of them. I won't go through all of them because I've got quite a few, but I thought I'll go through 5 or 6 of them that I find are quite interesting. Most of them are brands that are still available to get today, and I thought it might give you a bit of an insight into the different brands, the sizing, and the different types of materials that are out there. I do also want to mention that I am not sponsored or affiliated with any of the brands or products that in this video. I've purchased all of these products myself, and anything that I recommend is just my own personal recommendation. I'm not being paid for any of this. If in the future I am sponsored or paid by anyone, I will absolutely mention that. I'm not going to hide anything from anyone, but certainly in this video I'm not sponsored or affiliated with any of the products or people in it. So the first shirt I am wearing today is the legendary Whitetails Buck Camp shirt. This is their sort of basic flannel shirt. Just has the one flat pocket, which does actually have a pin slot as well. And it's made out of what they call their chamois flannel, which is, it's 100% cotton, but it has, I guess, a softer, smoother, sort of like a chamois type texture to it. It's very soft and very comfortable. It has corduroy on the collar, as well as on the insides of the sleeves, which actually is quite nice on your neck for those who don't like feeling that roughness, but it also just gives you a bit more strength in those hard wearing areas. As you can see though, it is a very slim fit. I'm not a particularly large guy. I'm not skinny. I have a bit of a dad bod, but this I ordered in their small, and I probably should have ordered it in their medium. It fit okay when I first bought it, but when I washed it, it shrunk quite a bit. Not a full size, but it definitely shrunk a lot. And I can still wear it, but like as you can see, the sleeves are quite short on me now, and it is quite firm around the tummy. So definitely, if you're in between sizes like I am, definitely go to the larger size. The other thing about them that is a little bit unusual is that the sleeves are actually quite puffy. These are a work shirt. They have been designed as a work hunting shirt. Legendary Whitetails is specifically a hunting brand, and they have a very puffy sleeve. So they're not the most, I wouldn't say particularly super fashionable, because the puffy sleeves can look a little bit strange, but it's more there for movement. It's good as a work shirt. I'm a gardener, so it's good for me working in the garden, digging and stuff, gives me all of that extra movement. Also has the, on the back, it has like a little hang hook on it, which is really handy. Apart from that, yeah, it's a fairly good shirt, very reasonably inexpensive. They're not the easiest thing, they're not readily available in Australia. Amazon is pretty much the only place that sells them. You probably get them on eBay as well, but certainly I've never seen any in any retail shops. So yeah, in Australia, probably through Amazon. Prices do vary quite a bit. You can usually get them between sort of $60 to $100, depending on who you buy them through and whether they're on special or not. Oh, and the one thing that I did forget to mention is that the Whitetails shirts are made in Cambodia. Going from my least expensive flannel shirt to my most expensive flannel shirt. This is a shirt from Icebreaker and it's 100% wool. It's extremely warm and it's made in Vietnam. It is very expensive. Buying these full retail is well over $200. I was extremely lucky and got it on a clearance at half price, but even then, at half price, it is still the most expensive of all my flannel shirts. I have to say though, it is absolutely worth it though. It is a mid-weight, it's certainly at the lower end of a mid-weight flannel. It's not heavy at all, but it is easily the warmest of all of my flannel shirts. It feels quite nice. It's probably not as soft as the chamois flannel and some of my other flannels, but it is still very soft. It feels very comfortable. It's very well made. They are a large make. Don't go off their sizings, or at least use them and size down if you're in between sizes. I went off their sizings, measured it to the nth degree, got the medium because it said that was my size, and it was like a sack on me. It was so large. So I returned it and ordered the small, and even the small was a little bit loose on me until I washed it. Now, definitely because it's 100% wool, this needs to be washed on a gentle wash in cold water with wool wash, otherwise it will shrink. Even doing all of that, this shrunk a little bit on me, which was actually perfect. It actually fits me absolutely perfectly now, but it is a lovely, lovely shirt. Very hard wearing. I've worn this for work as well as casual. It looks fantastic. It's well built. It's very warm and comfortable, and yeah, definitely worth the money. Changing up the fabrics again a little bit is my Brixton shirt. So Brixton is very well known, very easy to come by. Tends to be more of a board sports surfing type of brand. It is a 50% polyester, 50% cotton shirt. It's actually a very good blend though. I have had poly cotton shirts before that can actually feel really scratchy, don't feel all that great, and you can really tell the polyesters in there. But Brixton actually do a really good job with their poly cotton fabrics. This is really soft, very comfortable. I have worn it for work. I would say it's probably not an everyday work shirt. It's very comfortable, gives you plenty of freedom of movement, but it is probably not as hard wearing as some of the other shirts in the collection. So probably more of a fashion staple, but it can be used, you know, for those, for if you're out on sports or casually, or yeah, just enjoying life. It has plastic buttons. It's made in China. The interesting thing about Brixton is that they have a huge range of colors and options. They don't tend to sort of talk about the texture, because this one I actually purchased because it was at my local skate shop, and it actually has sort of a thicker weave, which was really nice. It's still quite mid-weight, but it had this sort of thicker, more textured weave. Most of their shirts don't have that, and even when I was searching for it online and looking up the information online, they didn't mention that. So it's certainly one that's probably worth going in and having a look at the store, just to sort of compare the different textures and things, because there are a lot of different options, and online they don't always mention everything about the feel and the texture and everything else. Like I said, it is poly cotton. It's got the two pockets, both with flaps, no pen holes in the pockets, so once again not really designed as a work shirt, and it's it's a lovely colorway. I really like the yellow and the blue on it, so I needed a little bit more color in my life, and yeah. Sizing wise, it is a larger make, so this is a small. and it's because it is poly cotton, it doesn't shrink that much in the wash, so you don't need to worry too much about it there. But as you can see, definitely a larger make, because as you can see, it's certainly not tight or small on me, and this is a small. Hello, okay. Hello, yes. Can I do the video now? Can I do the video now, please? Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay. Okay. My last 3 shirts for you are from America. They're not easy to get here in Australia, so I've actually ordered them from a company called Huckberry. They're all available on Huckberry's website. Huckberry are actually a really good company because if you've ordered anything from the United States, it's very expensive for the postage. Quite often the postage is more than the item itself. Great thing about Huckberry is that they do free shipping for any orders over $200 US, which is about 300, a little bit more than 300 Australian. So I ordered all 3 of these shirts from them, got free delivery, so I was very happy with that. So 2 of the shirts I have are not Huckberry's own brand, but one of them is. So the first of my shirts from Huckberry is the Outerknown blanket shirt. Outerknown is a company that was started by Kelly Slater, the pro surfer, and the whole ethos of the company is to basically use sustainable practices, sustainable products, and make sure that everyone, wherever it is made, people are being treated ethically, they are being paid fairly. So it's actually a very good ethical company. Of course you are paying for that in the products. Of the 3 shirts that I ordered from the States, this is the most expensive one. It was $74 US, which was on special at the time. I think it was quite reduced. I think it was about 40% off or something like that. So even heavily discounted, they are quite expensive. They are hard to get here in Australia, and certainly I haven't seen them for less than about 200 Australian, sold by Australian retailers, and there are very few Australian retailers that sell the Outerknown gear. But it is an absolutely lovely shirt. It is medium to heavyweight, not particularly heavyweight, but slightly heavier than what I would class as medium weight. Very soft though. It's got a very textured weave, much like my Brixton shirt. Fabulous colours. Huckberry doesn't have a lot of colours. I think they only had about 3 or 4 different options when I ordered this. Outerknown themselves, if you order it from their website, I think they do international shipping, but and they have a huge range of different patterns and colours and everything else. But of course, once again, you are paying a premium if you go through Outerknown direct. 100% organic cotton, so it's 100% cotton, all organic. It is made in China, but as I said, they have a really strong policy on making sure that everything is run in those factories correctly and that all the people there are being treated ethically and paid ethically. The buttons on these are quite interesting because they are not plastic or wooden. They're actually called chorzo, I think that's what they're called, nut buttons. They're actually made from buttons that from nuts that have from palm trees that have actually dropped out of the trees. They're collected and then they are basically turned into buttons. So they're a very sustainable way of creating buttons. I have used this for work and I have used it just casually. It is very hard wearing. It's very, very comfortable, like I said. The back yoke actually has chambray cotton on it, so that gives it a bit of extra strength, but it also makes it a bit softer because it is quite like I said, a very textured weave. That softer chambray cotton is actually quite nice on the yoke, so that's actually a nice little touch. I've not had any issues in terms of the construction and make. All the stitching is fantastic. The one issue I did have is that one of the buttons broke within the first time of me wearing it. It does come with spare buttons, so it's not that big an issue, but just for a shirt of this price range and how much they go on about, you know, things being really quality made and everything, I was a little disappointed with that, but these things happen. Otherwise, it's a fantastic shirt. I really, really like it. I like the colors. So yeah, that's the Outer Known shirt. One thing I forgot to mention about the Outer Known shirt is that it is I guess a more tailored, slimmer fit. So this is a size medium and it fits me perfectly. Strangely enough, the sleeves are a bit more fitted than the rest of the shirt. Usually it's the other way around. It's not uncomfortable or pulling or anything like that. I just found that a bit of an interesting thing, that the sleeves, particularly up around the shoulders area, is a little bit slimmer fitting than other slim tailored fit shirts that I've had before. Very little shrinkage as well when I washed it. There was a little bit, but very minimal. So this shirt is from a company called Taylor Stitch. Taylor Stitch are very well known. If you're on Instagram and you follow a lot of menswear fashions, Taylor Stitch are very well known in the States. Once again, not sold here in Australia. You pretty much have to order them from an overseas seller or from Taylor Stitch themselves. Taylor Stitch's delivery prices are very expensive to order from them direct. I have ordered stuff from them before, and like I've mentioned before, the cost of the delivery was almost as much as the items themselves. So generally, you unless you really want something off their website, you're probably not going to be ordering from them direct, at least here in Australia. This shirt is their Yosemite shirt. Now Taylor Stitch has been making this cut, this design for quite a while. This particular colorway, which is sort of an oatmeal-y, neppy sort of fabric, 100% cotton, is an exclusive colorway to Huckberry. I got this one on special as well. Not as expensive as the Outer Known, but still quite expensive. It was about $42 US, but once again, that was heavily reduced. It was in their clearance sale. So normally I think they're around about 70 or 80 US dollars. So once again, they're sort of at the higher end of the cost range. Very well made. It's got both the double flat pockets, no pin slot again. They sort of advertise it as a work shirt, and I guess it is. But I tend to wear this. This is I guess a more formal sort of shirt. If you've seen my Instagram page, I actually got this around my birthday, and I wore it out on date night that my wife took me out on for my birthday. So it's not formal, but it's a bit dressier as a flannel shirt. Mid-weight flannel. They say that it's heavyweight, but to my mind, it's probably mid to heavyweight. It's not a particularly heavy shirt. Very soft, very comfortable, and very enjoyable to wear. Like I said, I quite like the colorway. I find it really it goes with so many different things. I really like Taylor Stitch's stuff. The only downside with Taylor Stitch's stuff is watch the sizing. They certainly have a more fitted fit. This is a size 40 or a medium. I have bought one of their shirts before, and I bought it in a 38, a small, because as per their measurements, I thought that was the right size for me. It was actually fine when I got it, but it did shrink. Even washing it on cold, it still shrank a significant amount, where I can still wear it, but it's very tight on me. So certainly, once again, if you're in between sizes, go to the higher size rather than the larger size rather than the smaller size. So watch the sizing on them, but they are very well made. They are made in China. Taylor Stitch used to have their stuff made in the USA. They've moved most of their production to China now, but it's still very, very quality made products. They have really good quality control, so I'm really happy with this shirt. So that's the Taylor Stitch Yosemite shirt. So the last shirt is the Flint and Tinder crossback work shirt. So Flint and Tinder are a Huckberry in-house brand. It is a very well-made shirt. It is certainly the heaviest of all the shirts that I've featured here today, and probably bar one, it's probably my second heaviest work shirt, or flannel shirt I should say. I really like this wheat color that they had it in. It's really lovely, and they have these in a few different colors. It's called crossback because it has, if you can see on the back there, a interesting crossback yoke design, which is meant to give you more freedom of movement when working. It's really tough. The texture of the weave, once again, is quite thick and textured, and I really like this shirt. As I said, it's very heavyweight. It is almost on the shirt jacket side of weights. I would say it's probably not quite a shacket weight of shirt, but it's almost there. But I've used this on quite cold days. I don't tend to wear it on warmer days because it is quite heavyweight. But on those colder days, it's absolutely perfect. It's very comfortable. It's very free moving. It has the 2 chest pockets, but no flaps on them. It would be the one thing that I would love for them to have, being a gardener. The amount of gunk and stuff I get in with them without the flaps, but be that as it may, it's a lovely shirt. It's got lovely cat's eye buttons, which I believe are plastic. I don't believe they're made from wood or anything like that. They seem to be plastic. 100% cotton. It's made in India. It is very hard wearing, and it's a wonderful shirt. I believe these fabrics, they get exclusively made for them at Huckberry. So it's definitely one of their definitely a shirt that you'll only get through them. But once again, very happy with it. Cost-wise, very similar to the Taylor Stitch one. I think it was around about $45, something like US dollars, something like that. But once again, it was on clearance, so I think normally they're around the 70 to 80 US dollar mark. So not the most expensive, but certainly not at the cheaper end of the flannel ranges. But it has certainly been worth the money. It is very hard wearing, it is very comfortable, it's very well made, and the texture and the color is great, and the interesting crossback design on the yoke is, a nice little feature. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll have some more videos coming out soon. If you like the video, please click subscribe, tell your friends about it, give us a thumbs up, like the video. That'll help us spread out through the algorithm and get more people to watch this. But yeah, subscribe and stay tuned. We'll have more videos coming soon, and we'll see you next time.